Now I'm going to introduce my next guest. He is also a former NFL player. He's the head coach of Lincoln High School right now. He's won a CIF title over there, and he does great things with those kids over there. My guest is David Dunn.
All right.
Dave, what's happening, my man?
What's up, Coach?
How you doing, Ro?
Oh, hanging in there. How was your scrimmage the other day?
Scrimmage went fine. Got to see a few things that we were looking to check out. A couple of new guys, new transfers we got in. Got a chance to see them work and see what we can see what we're gonna be about this season.
Right. Now, Coach, you do a great job. I mean, Darrell Willard was here last week, paying homage to Dave about the work he does with the kids. I mean, a lot of your guys, you're real diligent about getting your guys in school. We just got two more guys, Donnell Pleasant to Howard and Timmy Smith, your linebacker, to Bacone College this past week.
Wow. I
mean, it's very important to you to get these guys in school.
It's very important. With the help of definitely yourself, Coach Rowe, and what you do with your program, coming out helping the kids. We just instill the whole thing when they come into Lincoln High School that we will be student athletes first, and explaining to the kids that everyone's not going to end up at a Division I program. We're going to find the best fit for you. But our whole goal is to get you to college. It's not just to win championships.
Right. Exactly. And I've seen you with their transcripts ready. I've seen you counseling these kids on what they got to do, and I applaud your efforts of getting these guys out of here, and making sure it's important to you and them to get to school. So I applaud those efforts. But you went to the NFL, and so obviously you went to Fresno State, was it?
Yes.
Okay. And but you went the JC route first, right?
Yes, I definitely took the long route.
Mm-hmm.
I share my experiences with my kids every year as they come in. I was a young man who didn't take education seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It was just all about talent. I would go out and play, and I would always be one of the first guys picked on the team, anything like that. But when it came down to actually having the grades to play, I was not available.
Right.
And that was the coach's main thing, Coach Shack, that I played for him.
Mm-hmm.
And they would tell me, hey, you're no good if you're not available.
Right.
And so I only played 1 year in high school.
Wow.
Because of that reason, I could not maintain the GPA.
Wow.
And so I make sure that I share that with my kids and how important it is, because I missed out on great opportunities.
Right.
I always wanted to be a Hurricane.
Wow.
And when in my 1 year of playing, to have Coach come down from Miami, Erickson come down and actually pay a visit to my school and wanting to check me out as a 6'3" receiver, and take a look at my grades and turn around and walk right back out.
Oh, wow.
And it was crushing, but it was also the reality of I wasn't taking care of my business.
Right. So then you had to go to JC at Bakersfield?
Yes.
And then from there you had to get an AA degree, right?
Yes, I had to go into the full stand at the JC. I ended up actually staying 3 years because I had redshirted. I broke my collarbone the second year. And, had a great time. Went in and was first year, played extremely well. Preseason All-American, come in and I break my collarbone the first year, and then I missed the first game of my second year, and I redshirted, and I came back and finished up as a second-team All-American and balled out. But I had to stay, and I had to make sure I had my work done, and I had to receive my AA degree to move forward.
Right.
And then from there went on to Fresno State.
Yeah. Now JC, it's you have to get an AA degree, 60 transferable units, be 75% towards your major.
That's if you're a non-qualifier, right?
You're a non-qualifier. A lot of guys have to go that route because they are a non-qualifier.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. You also have to have a college level English and math and biology with a lab, and you have to maintain a 2.5 GPA in your core classes.
Right.
So it makes it a little bit tougher, but it's they'll say it's a little bit tougher. You just have to apply yourself more.
Right. Exactly. If you don't do these things, you're on an odyssey, man.
Yeah.
You go from one JC to another JC, and then your clock is ticking. You have 5 years to play for, and all of a sudden you're 2 for 2, or maybe you have 1 year left.
Mm-hmm.
So the academics is very important. I've seen your academics set up for your kids at Lincoln. So.
Well, yeah, we definitely. When I first came in, that was one of the main things from the youth program that I run up to Lincoln High School. We will put the athletics secondary. So we won't start practice till 4 o'clock when school starts. And I've worked it out with the teachers and administration where
nice.
We have mandatory tutoring after school. The teachers, if they're going to stay around to 4 o'clock, we're going to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
It's not important for me to get out here on the field at 2:30 when I have teachers that's here that can help the kids with whatever they need help with.
Exactly.
Hey, we'll stay there. Tell the coaches we'll come in at 4 and we'll practice from 4 to 6:30. But 80% of your homework should be done already with help that you need. So it's worked out extremely well in the 5 years I've been there. I know that we have, on a varsity level, we average a 3.1 GPA.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's great.
And that's one of the things when scouts come in, they say, hey, this is kind of different. We wasn't used to seeing this at Lincoln High School. And so that was one of the main things I aim to change.
Yeah, awesome. And through your own experience, that's how you became dedicated to get these guys out.
Well, it's kind of funny. I make it a point to memorize everybody's grades every grading period.
Right.
Every 6 weeks. So I know what everyone on the team, from the varsity to the freshman, I know everybody's grades. And so I practice it over and over and over. I look at it constantly, and I talk to the kids more about their grades than about football. And then that kind of builds a relationship because they actually know that I do actually care about them as a person and where they're going in life, opposed to just what you can provide for the program.
Right. So now, after you went to Bakersfield, you got your scholarship to Fresno State. How was that when you got that scholarship?
Oh, it was great, man. It came down to San Diego State and Fresno State. I had a young son at the time, and I wanted to kind of stay close, and I took the pressure off myself. I had Darnay Scott and Marshall Falk down at San Diego State, and good friends of mine. And I also had Michael Ivory and some guys I grew up with that was at Fresno State. And I took the easy way out, man. I put the 2 envelopes on the floor, and I had my son at the age of 2, and I said, "Hey, go pick up school you want Daddy to
crawl over to get one."
And he went over there, and he just picked up the Fresno State. I swore it was going to be the San Diego State one because it was all red and black and had colors to it, and the Fresno State one was just in a vanilla envelope. And
Lead him to the
he grabbed a vanilla envelope and brought it to me, and I signed it and took it to
a couple of tumbleweeds on there.
Fresno State.
You must love that desert heat.
Man.
So who did you play for over at Fresno?
Jim Sweeney.
Jim Sweeney. Okay.
He was a great motivator, great coach. I had so much fun under him and learned so much under Coach Sweeney. What he did for the Bulldog program is amazing. And the guys that he brought through there, what he instilled in us, and then how he just brought the program up. Anybody, anywhere. We'll play anybody, anywhere, and he really meant that. And I was very fortunate to have played under him.
What were some of the biggest games you played in, and who, some teammates that you had, NFL guys?
Coming in, of course, Trent Dilfer. We played Trent Dilfer, and that was he was up for the Heisman at the time, and the guy go have 300 attempts without interception. It was amazing.
Wow.
So to play with him and the group of guys we had, we were at the receiving corps. We were ranked 5th in the nation as a group, but that group all went to the NFL.
Wow.
All 8 receivers in the 3-year span went to the NFL.
Wow.
And so that was major. So we had great competition. We had great fun, and we played fast, and everybody was competition every day.
Nice. So then came the call from the NFL. Were you drafted, or was it a free agent, or?
I ended up getting drafted in the 5th round. I got drafted in the 5th round.
Got a little theme going here.
Yes, indeed. In 1994 draft, 5th round. And like I said, just sitting around waiting, phone calls, and everything. It's crazy. It's a crazy process, and it's very draining. That day it seems like it's forever. You're waiting, and phones ringing and ringing and ringing, and teams are calling. You never know. You never know where you're going to go. So,
and who's the final call you got from?
Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
And I finally went and laid down in the back. I said, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna take a nap because I can't. I can't just.
Definitely got a theme going here. We got a 5th round. We got an Ohio team drafting you guys.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
So you met up with Darnay Scott again.
Yeah, ended up meeting up with Darnay Scott, and that was great. We immediately became roommates, and he welcomed me in, and showed me the ropes, and hey, it took off from there.
Wow.
We had fun.
That's great.
Now, when you tell people you were a wide receiver and a kick returner, and a great kick returner, is that right? They gave me the stats on this guy. It's incredible. But when you tell somebody you're a wide receiver and a kick returner now, I mean, we might have to knock one of these walls down because we got 3 stacks in here. Iggy looks skinny right now, but
man, I should hang out with you guys all the time.
Oh man,
I ain't that small though.
After playing football and going through some of the things that making that transition, it's kind of hard on you. It takes its toll, and you go through your depression levels and different things like that, and not being involved in the game anymore.
Right.
But I mean, hey, I definitely, man, I picked up some weight. I already had an issue with the weigh-ins in the beginning because I wasn't a small receiver in the first place. But man, I mean, I took it a little bit overboard. So I'm definitely. And when they see me now, I'm referred to as Warren Sapp, more so than a skill position guy.
Now, how many years did you play, Dave?
I played 7.
7 years.
Did you ever go heads up with my man Amon over here? You remember?
I don't think we crossed. He was 94. I was 04.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
So we missed each other.
Okay, gotcha. You
By a
guys
couple
played a
of
long
years.
time, though.
Yeah.
More than the average NFL guy.
Exactly.
Oh yes, indeed. So it's very fortunate. Being in different cities, and I played for 4 different teams, so it was a lot of different experiences that I had. But it was definitely a great time, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, I have had the pleasure. Dave is a man of many talents. I had the pleasure of sampling his ribs and chicken and his sexy
Heard
sauce
about
and
that.
barbecue sauce.
Heard
Tell us
about that.
my man.
Thought for sure you'd bring a little tray
Oh,
over
man.
there or something.
You gotta get some
Sexy sauce.
Oh man,
Sexy sauce.
I mean, that's the statement. The sexy sauce is off the chain, man.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, the flavor in it. The meat you can eat without the sauce because it's flavored well and it's cooked tender. It's not boiled or anything like that. It's straight from the grill and cooked with love and preparation. Something my dad taught me, and he used to come and cook. Every team I played for, he would come and cook. And even when I was I'm not playing for Cincinnati anymore, they still would fly my dad. And hey,
Sexy sauce on 3.
it's like everybody on the team bought him a grill. He got a grill at my house. He has a grill at my house. He has a grill at my house. So, Boomer Esiason I played with out there. I mean, he would come over and just, have it. He would have it out. He would just lay it out for him. So I finally found out that some of the parties I used to have back in the days, have a house party when I come home and things, but half the crowd was coming for the food. It wasn't for the ambiance. Hey, we coming over there. We know his dad is barbecuing.
Yeah.
So he thought I wasn't paying attention, but I actually was. And once I started putting it together, I mean, I totally see why everybody falls in love with that barbecue. So I'm definitely going to put it out next week. I've been getting phone calls. It's about this Facebook Foodie Fest. Everybody's talking about. They're like, you need to put your ribs on there so everybody can try them. So
wow.
Big Belly Barbecue is our catering company, but I'm going to put them out there and can look them up on San Diego Foodie Fest as of next weekend. And try something. The best. I'm telling you, it's the best ribs, brisket. Chicken. I even have barbecued neck bones. I'm telling you, barbecued neck bone, man. I'm trying.
Neck bone.
You might hurt somebody trying to get that
just say
barbecued neck bone.
Amon, I think he said neck bone. Iggy, did you hear?
David Dunn, sexy sauce,
Yeah.
barbecue belly, neck bone, something like that, man. That's a mouthful right
Yeah,
there.
it's going down.
Someone's gonna get hurt.
The big belly platter. I'm trying to tell
Someone's
you.
getting hurt.
All flavors.
I did something for the church last weekend. And matter of fact, I think you called me too, Ro. You
Yeah, I
seen
said,
the-
give me a
everybody's-
plate.
I took a picture and just posted on Facebook. I was messing with people, and turned around and end up with like 450 likes and over 100 some comments. Immediately, how many plates can I pick up? I need 5. I said, hey, I'm just doing this for the church.
Coach Rowe tried to eat his computer screen. Yeah, too hungry there.
Yeah, it's down. My computer screen is down. I didn't get invited to the Foodie Fest. I wonder why. But
Well, yeah. I mean,
next week?
it's something that's new. It's on Facebook every day. You can try different foods that people are actually preparing, and there's some pretty good cooks on there.
wow.
So then I got a phone call and said, hey, there's no way your ribs should not be on Foodie Fest. For everybody to come by and sample.
Yeah, I've had some, Iggy. I'm telling you, man, it's no joke. Different barbecues and functions, and the man
We
can
have our
cook.
guest for next week.
Yeah, so how was that finger? Because I know last time you had some sauce on it. I almost lost it.
I got 9 other fingers, man. Don't worry about that.
Oh my goodness.
Man, like a lizard tail.
I got on the
Just replacing itself.
I got on the DL there. Oh man! So, Coach, the guys are coming up for Lincoln. You know, who you got? Who you think is gonna ball out?
I have a corner athlete, really, Latrey Jacquest. He is a very special athlete.
Nice.
I mean, the guy, he made some plays in the scrimmage. I mean, at corner, he comes up and hit. He breaks on the ball extremely well. He's extremely quick. Very good hands as a receiver, great speed. I put him in the backfield, and he has the flashes of a Reggie Bush type high school.
Wow.
You know, in high school, his way he stops and cuts and change direction and all of that. I mean, it's really special.
Nice.
You know, every time he touches it, he does really good things. So I also have my junior Micah Edwards that's doing extremely well.
He's only a junior.
He's only a junior.
Wow.
My junior class with Micah Edwards and Dalen Dunn and Kayvon Brown, and you know, these guys are really, really good. And a newcomer, Raymond Everett, that transfers from Hemet.
Wow.
He really proved himself in the scrimmage. I mean, he's 5'9", 170 pounds. He comes in with a 3.7 GPA,
Oh, there you
1700 SAT
Sounds
already.
like a man over here.
Wow.
Yeah, and the
Wow.
kid,
You said, or he's a senior?
he's a senior, and the
Wow.
kid comes in and he plays very physical. He's a
Gotcha.
running back and strong safety. He's going to surprise a lot of people.
Okay, so these coaches need to know about these cats.
Oh, yes,
man.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Wow. That's
Ranking
crazy.
order, that's number one. Like
Exactly.
I said.
Absolutely. You give yourself a
Yeah,
chance.
he comes in and says, "Young man, I need to see your transcript." And I said, "Okay, 3.7 overall."
Right.
And
You were happy.
yeah,
You
oh yeah,
apologize?
definitely. I was happy about that. And then he showed me his. He said, "Yeah, coach, I did take the test, and here's my first one. It's 1700 SAT." I said, "No,
Grief.
you've done really well for yourself, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure you touch the field and get a good film, so we can get you out of here."
Exactly. Now, the year that you won the CIF, what year was that?
That was 2012.
And you guys were pretty loaded.
Oh yeah, that was probably one of the most loaded teams I've had. It was great. I mean, it was really great. We had we had Tyrell Robinson. We were 6'3" across the board.
Right.
You know, everywhere. We had
The
Big Josh
DN, they went to
Turnage.
San Diego State?
Yeah, Fred Melifonwu at
Yeah.
San Diego State. I mean, we had some guys. You know, some guys that could play on any level, anywhere. And I mean, when the scouts were coming by, they was like, "Is this your school or is it like a camp?"
You were busy.
How'd you get all these guys in here? I was like, "Hey, man, they just worked out well, and it just happened that way." But yeah, that was a really good year for us.
Very exciting for you to win that with
Yes,
those
indeed.
kids. Yeah.
And the biggest thing we're doing right now is like for this up and coming season, where our whole football team is taking a pledge. I think I told you to play sober 24/7 youth pledge.
That's how you got to do it.
That's where our focus is right now. Trying to make sure that the kids can stay off of not get involved with any drugs or alcohol. Not just our kids, but all the kids across the nation that's underage. We want to really have a push for that. Every time we turn around, somebody's losing a scholarship or even worse, losing their life or something like that. For that, so we want to make sure we get that message out.
Exactly, man. You can't mix those things with the athletics, my man.
I mean, you know what else is great about your program, though? I mean, you're not just worried about your top athletes, you know, getting into college and you know and representing the team because, you know, they are college type players. You're trying to help all your kids. The guy who can't get into college because of his athletic ability, but he can get into college because of his grades. You're giving him a chance.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I mean, because like they say, knowledge is power, man. And if you can get into college because of your brain, you're going to set yourself up for the future.
That's what we preach.
And we appreciate you doing that.
No problem.
Well, Dave, now this year, how about about how many guys do you think are qualified, you know, to grade wise to get up into college right now?
Based on my seniors right now, talent level wise, we have we already have 3 qualifiers.
Okay.
That's ready to go. But the other guys, that's probably not Division I, Division II guys. They still have a chance to get in. Like I said, they maintain that 3.0 GPA. So I would say about 80%.
Nice.
80% are going to go to college.
Okay, that's great. That's awesome. I applaud the work that you do with these kids. They need to get out. They need to know what it takes to get out, and I'm glad that you're doing that. Dave, please stay around with us. I'm going to have another guest come on the show right now, but I'm really glad that you came by and talked to us. Thanks a lot,
Thanks
Dave.
for having me.
Thank you.